Hello friends, this is Devpriya and you are welcome to Nunia Sir's English classes. Today we will study the chapter Matter in Our Surroundings. It is first chapter of science book of grade 9. Study points of the chapter are definition of matter, how is matter formed, properties of particles, states of matter. And in states of matter we'll see solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. Next is can matter change its state, and last is evaporation. So basically in this video we'll study first 3 points. They are definition of matter, how is matter formed and properties of particles. So first is what is matter? Anything that has mass and occupies space is matter, or we can say anything which has volume is matter. Example: ball, egg, fan, toy, light, air, food, etc. Anything that we feel or we see around us is matter. And how is this matter formed? Matter is made up of very small particles. Matter is made up of very small and fine particles. Now the question arises, how small are these particles? We'll perform an activity for this. So first we'll take 100 ml of water or 100 milliliters of water. Then we'll add few crystals of potassium permanganate in this water. After some time we'll observe that color of water it will get changed into purplish color. Next we'll take 10 milliliters of water from this purplish water and we'll add to 90 milliliters of water, so that our level of water it is same, that is 100 milliliters. Now in second tumbler we'll observe that the color of water it will be light purple. Again we'll take 10 milliliters of water from this light purple and we'll add to third tumbler. This time color of water it will be pink color, like this in third tumbler. Again we'll take 10 milliliters of water and we'll add to fourth tumbler. This time the color of water it will be light pink. Now what we observed by performing this activity? We observed that we added so few crystals of potassium permanganate in water, but they are having power to color a huge amount of water. So now we can see that particles of matter are very small, or we can say the particles of matter they are very fine, they are very small and they are very fine, so that we can't see them. So now these particles they are having some properties. There are three properties of these particles and we'll study them one by one. First one is particles of matter have space between them. Particles of one type of matter get into the spaces of other type of matter. It means particles of matter have enough space between them. For this again we'll perform an activity. First we'll take glass or a tumbler and we'll add a teaspoon of sugar in it. After some time, 1 cube of sugar it will break down into millions, trillions and quintillions of smaller particles. We'll be not able to see them. Later on, those small particles they will get into the water molecules, the space between water molecules. And now so we'll be not able to see a single small particle, because they will get into the water molecules and they are very small, so we'll be not able to see them. And but the water it will taste sweet. So over here we proved that particles of matter have space between them. The small sugar cubes they will get into the space of water molecules, so particles of matter have space between them. We can perform this activity by salt in water and many other matters in water. So our second property is particles of matter are continuously moving. So when these particles of matter they continuously move, or when they are continuously in motion, they will possess kinetic energy. They will possess kinetic energy. Like we can see in the GIF, they are particles of anything we can say, and they are continuously moving. So now at the time they are possessing kinetic energy. For this also we'll do an activity. What we'll do now? We'll take a glass or a tumbler and we'll fill it by water. Now we'll put a drop of ink of any color, blue, black, of your choice. We'll put a drop of ink in it. We'll not stir it, we'll just wait. And after some time, we'll observe that the single drop of ink that we put in the water before some time, it will get mixed into water itself. How this happened? Because the particles of matter, they are continuously moving, so it will get mixed into water itself. Now in the chapter a term is there which is diffusion. So what is diffusion? Intermixing of particles of two types of matter on their own is known as diffusion. So the activity which we have performed, that ink in water, is also example of diffusion. So when two different kind of matter, their particle get mixed on their own, is known as diffusion. There are many other examples like crystals of potassium permanganate in water, sugar in water, salt in water, etc. Third part, third property is particles of matter attract each other. Means a force of attraction is there between particles of matter. For this also we'll perform an activity. What we'll do? We'll make four group of children. We'll ask first group's children to hold each other's waist. Like this in the picture we can see. We'll ask second group's children to hold their hands. Like in the second picture, they will hold their hand. And third group's children, they will make a chain by touching their fingertips, like this in third picture. And the fourth group's children, they will come and they will try to break those chains. When they will go to third group, they can easily break down the chain as the force of attraction is very less in third group. When they will go to second group, they have to apply a lesser amount of force, and they'll be able to break that chain also. But when they will go to first group, they have to apply a large amount of force, and then only they will be able to break that chain, because the force of attraction, it is very high in first group's children. So the above activity suggests that matter has force acting between them, and this force keeps them together. So the particles of matter, they are having force of attraction between them, and this force keeps them together. So that's all for today. In this video we studied about what is matter, particles of matter, and their properties. So hope you understood it very well. So like the video, share it, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. In our next video, we'll study rest of our subtopics. Thank you.